Good morning, people. Welcome to the live stream. I forgot to schedule this one. I was on the schedule, thing, where you schedule your streams, of course. But it seems as though that I forgot. It happens to the best of us. But we are live at the moment. So, welcome everybody. Today we are gonna be back. Well, we're not gonna be back. I think we did that yesterday. Today we're gonna be live trading the Nasdaq. Now, we're gonna be trading the DTFX strategy. More importantly, we're gonna be trading the SNDRs, right, on the funded accounts. It's been a good week. The previous week, it's been a good week. I'm gonna go to charts in just a second. I have to prep it. So I have to open NinjaTrader, as a matter of fact. So NinjaTrader is open. But yeah, morning, Rush, morning. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Let me just tag the people in the Discord that we are live. Cool. Okay, let's go to the live. Here we go, baby. Now for today, what I have us doing is, firstly, the sponsor of this entire live stream, Red Bull. Not Monster, because they ran out. They ran a discount and they bought it all. But yeah, good morning people, good morning. Let's first talk about what the market's doing, right? The market, we have a low and a high, right? A higher time frame low and a high. We did have an SNDR here. This was the higher time frame SNDR. Yo, morning, don't blink, morning, anonymous. We did tap the 50, traded away. Now, if we just look at the swing count, right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 swings, right? We broke that. That was our break of structure, or a change of character, whatever you want to call it. Good afternoon, Iraq. Good afternoon. Welcome. That was the break of structure, right? We flipped here, but what we have here is an MM. Now, with that MM, I do see us maybe tapping it again, trading lower, or sweeping it and tapping the 50 over a previous swing. Now, this swing, the count of it, at least, it's really high, right? I think it's over 4. Yeah, this is the second one. Let me just open up. Let me open up the chat. This is gonna give us sound, which we obviously do not want. Okay, here we go. Okay, bet. Yo, Winksane, welcome to the party. Welcome. So we do have FOMC this week. If I just go over to Forex Factory, I will open up the calendar. Let's filter USD, apply. So what's happening, right, with the market this week? We got FOMC. Now with FOMC, what we tend to get is ranging, right? With any major news catalyst, everything. Yo, Charters Mo, welcome. Whatever major catalyst, like the FOMC, the federal funds rate, right? The statement, we usually get a ranging environment up until we hit that news, right? This news for me, it's 8 p.m. on a Wednesday, but I think it's 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we do expect a range forming here, right? If the range is gonna happen here, if it's gonna happen here or here, we don't know, right? We're gonna follow the market, what the market is doing, and based on that, we will, make our analysis. Yo, Lazy Bones, welcome. Let me open up the Red Bull real quick. We got 10 minutes until market open. From Dave's lives to Ziga's live, what a good day. Yo, I don't know, Dave did a live stream today. Oh yeah, he's doing the daily what is it, the pre-market show? Yeah, that's a really good I mean, yeah, that's a good outlook on the market, but I think he trades like options and stuff. He does NQ, but mostly he goes over everything, like the stocks and stuff, which can be helpful, right? Which can be helpful. So, I do still have this double top over here, which could end up being tapped. So the 50 of it, right? And this is also the highs. When course, yo, yo, we ain't talking about that yet. We ain't talking about that yet. Well, welcome, Mark. Welcome. Hello, hello. Let me see. The Ninja Trader is open. The Trade of It accounts are synced, so you guys are gonna see everything, right? Let me just connect to the Trade of It. Let me set up my Ninja copier, as I always do. Here we go. Okay, cool. So everything's set up. Let's go to the 1 minute time frame. On the 1 minute, what we have here is a break of structure, as we said, a trade back into that previous gap that was created. As I said on the backtesting stream yesterday, we gapped higher, right? Yeah, it's for my swing trading on live accounts, and it's, hey, love it, man. It's good to have a general outlook on the markets. I do agree. But yeah, we are creating higher highs and higher lows. Let me just fib this previous swing. Are we tapping the 50? We are tapping the 50. Okay, cool. So for market open, we could get a tap here, a move lower and then go higher. That's what we could get. Yeah, I have a tapping from this MM over here, and possibly rejecting from it. Right, I would need that low to be swept though. But yeah, overall, the outlook on the market is bullish. I am bullish on this PA. When it comes to the targets up above, I would like to see those targets being met. So yeah, how was your weekend, guys? Did you backtest? We did a backtesting session. It was really nice. A lot of value. Again, like these backtesting sessions, if you're not attending, you're missing out massively. So the risk calculator is open. I hope you guys, the risk calculator is free. If you're not using it, again, missing out. But yeah, I hope you backtested this weekend. It was a really nice weekend. And really utilize those. Yeah, fire back. Hey, as always, Rush, as always. Utilize those weekends, right, for backtesting. Since you got all the time, like especially if you're unprofitable, I would say utilize the weekdays. If you're unprofitable, utilize the weekdays. When I wanted to gain confidence with trading, what I did was miss the backtesting shit. I will watch it. Hey, don't worry. I mean, I think you only need one. I think you only need one to solidify what I'm trying to, like, the point that I'm trying to get across. You only need one backtesting session. Like, it's the same thing. Like, yeah, little gems here and there, yeah. I'm not gonna make you watch 3 hours of content just for that one little gem though. I just want you to get a hang, like a grasp of backtesting, right? So, let me just set the ATM on the Apex account, the leader one. Fire. Okay. Yo, JD, welcome to the stream, buddy. Welcome. So, as we said, that low can be a temporary target for price, and then you can see us trading high. It's nice to put it on the background while backtesting or doing stuff on the PC. Hey, I appreciate that. Like, I know there's I know that it's like 3 hours long, you know, but yeah, as Lizzie Bones said it, you can just put it in the background and let it play. Like, you'll maybe hear something like, ooh, they're not long from the top of the range. You know, you may see something that or may hear something that you may need to hear. But yeah, this is the flip. Let me just see the 15-minute. Yeah, so this is indeed the flip. So you can fib it. You can fib the 30, 50, and the 70. You can place it on there. These are all the levels that it can react from, and potentially go higher. But currently we are rejecting off of an MM. So let me just go on to the 5-minute. Let me just fix this real quick. Yeah, to the 5-minute. I think we do have an MM over here. We're constantly... Yeah, we had this marked out. In the TDA, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. It's an MM inside an MM, essentially. But I also had another zone marked out. Which I don't think you guys yeah, we did mark it on the Friday session, but this was the zone that I marked out. Tapped it on market open, right, on 1800. We tapped it, traded lower, gave a 1-to-1, swept it, and gave a perfect entry lower. Like, this could not have been more perfect. So cool. We are in the pre-market right now. It opens in just about 2.5 minutes. So you could see a tap here, go higher, lower, and then, you know, it does whatever it wants, right? But this was majorly influenced by the tariffs. I'm convinced that it was by the tariffs. I was looking through news, and I just saw, wait, China and tariffs? Surely that's good, right? Surely. Yeah, essentially we just got a spike up. I saw a lot of like IG brain rot accounts just mark this. Ooh, we gapped up 180 points. Okay, so what? Okay, now we're trading lower. I do want to see ultimately I do want to see this low being swept and then go higher. Yeah, such a nice MM setup, especially if you're trading Asia or the Sunday Open, right? The Sunday Open is really, really nice. So what are you trading today, guys? What accounts? Do you have any goals for this week? Are you trading prop firms? Are you trading live? Evals, PAs? My personal goal for this week alone would be to get at least 3 trades. Or I'm gonna do at least 2 trades in on my PAs. Hey, still backtesting? That's fine. That's fine. Evals for me, hey, I love it. It will come around, Rush. Don't worry, it will come around. Got a couple funded, still gunning for my first payout, so trading them individually. Hey, I love that. I love that. Hey, keeping the rules strict, right? The statistics says 80% of the gaps will be closed. The statistics. So essentially, what you're trying to say that I could short right now. But yeah, the gaps. So that's 80% of the time. Yo, Rust, welcome to the stream. Welcome. I'm not really looking for the gap fill. I'm looking for lower prices. Yeah, I'm looking for this low, and I'm looking for that 50 ultimately. So we have market open. Unfortunately, the MM. Wait, let me see. Was it swept? It wasn't. Probably will be though. So the MM is swept. I would like a trade lower though. I would like for price to just get a tiny bit closer to that low. That's what I would love to see. Yeah, you could get an entry. Like an entry here. Ooh. That's not a good candle. Opening up like this, sweeping the high, and the low, you basically don't have an entry here if you were to long this setup. Again, no POI, no real POI here. I mean, I guess you could take this low which is not the prettiest of MMs, but I guess you could take it. I am still seeking a bit lower though. But yeah, welcome everybody to the stream. It's gonna be a lovely week, I tell you this. I'm sensing good vibes. I'm sensing good vibes for this week. But overall on this leg, we do have 1, 2, 3 swings. So anytime we could just move higher. Oh wait, oh my bad. 2 swings. I didn't see that high over here. 2 swings. Could create that third one. That bullish candle just appeared. So this would be essentially the buy stop, but I wouldn't be buy stopping here. I would wait for price to go, okay, as I said, I would wait for price to go lower. Maybe tap that 30 at least. Oh, this is just dropping. Let me see how big this move is. Yeah, so this dropped by 110 points already. We just nicked that low, just nicked it. Oh, look at this bearish candle. Unbelievable. But yeah, so if price does tap one of these levels and go higher to create that second swing, I would be interested in a long going higher from that second swing SNDR. Why is it not 3 swings like you marked out the first time? Because I totally disregarded that we wigged that high, marking this the second swing. Because if you were looking, there was a break here, a wick, right? And then we moved lower. That's I think it's basic market structure. But yeah, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Oh, and I have to note, in a move like this, going counter is only when you're expecting a V-shaped recovery. If you're not expecting a V-shaped recovery, I don't think you should be engaging in a move like this. But again, predicting a V-shaped recovery is it's kind of hard. It does require a lot of backtesting, a lot of seeing how they form and where they form. But as Rush said, right, 80% of the gaps do get filled. Let's see if that's the 20% or not. As we said, like, lower prices, at least that low, right? At least that low. Lazy Bones, if you got a follow-up question, don't be afraid to ask. So that 30 was tapped, essentially it being a POI, quote unquote. Let the music stop. Ooh, we got more. So that POI, the 30%, along with a buy stop, did this work out? Not yet. Not yet. It did now. So you see why I preach about the POI? You see how this was not a good a good entry, but then when we got that sweep of the low and the POI, right? You see why I preach go look for that POI, because yeah, we can have an MM, of course. This is a valid MM, a perfect valid MM. But with no POI to trade from, that MM is useless, right? Look, 1.5 hour to that, back into the range. I do afraid I will ask it in Discord. Shame on me, I'm missing something about swing counting. Hey, Lazy Bones, ask it here. I'm not gonna shame you. Nobody's gonna shame you. I can assure you, nobody's gonna shame you. But yeah, bro, you see, guys, why that POI is now so important and why I fibbed that swing. Look at this reaction that we're getting from the 30%. As I say, right, these levels like the 30, 50, 70 can be used as POIs. The lows can be used as POIs. But when I say this, don't just take my word for it, right? Of course, take me as a liar. Take me as a liar. Take it to the backtesting software. Right? Take it to Forex Tester. Let's see who's telling the truth and who's lying. Ooh, Ziga, is it really that profitable? I don't know. Go check it out. Look and see, right? Look and see. Hey, even though it's a Monday, we're moving hella lot. And this was a counter trend, but it did work out. You just gotta position yourself right. You gotta position. But if we're looking at this overall MM, look at what it did, right? Look at what it did. Target filled. Yo, what do you guys mean target filled? I mean, yeah, on market opens, I did say that we usually get an MM sweep and a delivery of that MM. Hey, I don't see no entries in live executions, guys. I don't see no entries there, so I'm not gonna take your word for it. No target was filled in my heart. But yeah, essentially it was 2 swings coming down. We had 2 swings. And this was a perfect valid, like if you were to take this in backtesting, for example, if you were to journal this, you would journal it like this. How many swings did we have coming up to the entry? 1, 2. Where is the MM? Okay, it's practically in the middle of the range, right? Middle of the range. How many tabs did it have? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, more than 5. So you do 5 plus. What entry did you take? Okay, the first sweep. How many R did you take? 1.5. Right? These are all the things that you're looking for. Not posting MM entries in zone executions, only SNDR. Okay, yeah, okay, I agree with you. Okay, no worries. But yeah, really good. If you took this MM down here, congratulations. Now you're listening to me. You're listening to what I say. If you took that and took a loss, shame on you, because you're not listening. And I'm sorry if you took that loss. It's just, yeah, always have a POI. I would even go as far as to say always have a higher time frame POI. Looks like we're gonna have another low being put in, since there's only 2 swings. You could get a 4th, right? Sorry, the third swing. No loss. Hey, hey, lovely. You see, now you're doing something right. You're listening. You're listening. You do have an unmitigated area over here. I do want to point this out, since maybe a lot of you guys will short this. If you backtested retracements, right, counter trend retracements, zones like this, then yeah, go ahead, take it. But if you haven't backtested that, I'm afraid that I can't help you, because what I am looking for, right, is that 50, and then maybe a trade higher. Now that 50 doesn't have to get tapped, but I am overall looking for that high. Ooh, groovy. So let's mark this out. Let's put a price label on it. That low is swept. And I wish I could listen to this song on repeat like for 12 hours. I've recently gotten a lot into like techno, especially hard techno and Bolchka and stuff, and man, I can't stop listening to it. Like I'm just over there in the gym, like all I can listen to. And then I come on stream and we have this. you see the span of my music taste, right? I'm okay with this. I love this, but I also love the other stuff, right? Let's yeah, I think we can still move lower, tap that 50, break that low, maybe that 50. Yep, otherwise I don't really see anything here because there is nothing here for us to trade from. If we do that, the breakup structure or the protected high would be all the way here. I hope we're not just gonna be dropping throughout this whole session. Ooh, we got a message from Marshall. Not good. Not good. Nah. Okay, never mind. We didn't get a message from Marshall. We didn't get a message from Marshall. I've marked 3 swings. I thought only body closure reset the swing count on this leg down. I'm watching on BC below the last valid protected body closure below the last valid protected low and the wick above the second swing of consider adjust. A sweep of the high of the second swing. I understand why you're saying that the wick is kind of a breakup structure because the fractals, but still I can't understand why it cancelled. Okay, so let me give you a better example. Right, let me give you a better example than this, because this isn't the best example. And look at us tapping the 50 now. Let's use the path tool. So we have a breakup structure here. We have a breakup structure, right? This is us closing below the higher low. We partially mitigate it. Then we come down. Then we come higher, tap that origin, and then we move lower. Now, that's essentially the same scenario here. We had that breakup structure, right? The break of a protected low. We made that second swing, right? That you call the second swing. Then we traded higher, right? It doesn't matter by how much. It doesn't matter if we wicked it. But we traded higher. Then we traded lower. That was the break, like the break of that partial mitigation, right? Tap that area up above and went lower. It doesn't have to be a partial mitigation, right? It can be a simple swing. But that's essentially market structure. Like that's why we cancel. Look, I'll remove that just for better vision. So even if we take the whole swing here, like the whole swing here, which I wouldn't really do, it goes the same way. Right? Yeah, it was a valid swing. Of course, it was a valid swing. But we ended up sweeping it. We did not disrespect it with a body closure, but we still ended up trading short. Well, lower. Marking this, now the second swing. And now this is the third, right? This does cancel it out. And I know that if you took this, like this second swing, and traded from it, you probably got stopped out, which is not the best news. But so we were still bullish here. I wouldn't understand. We were, yeah, tapping that that flip. Like, if we were down here, I would still expect us to go higher, sweep that high. Because this is, look, on the 5 minute, if we just go into the 5 minute, we see that break of the high. In other words, the second swing is not part of the move down before the real seconds. Okay, you can't look at it that way. Like, it's not a mechanical thing. And I have to turn down the music because it's too loud. Hold on. So, what I'm trying to say, right? This can happen. This can happen. And it doesn't mean that this is not the second swing. It was the second swing bank here. But it got swept. And then we went lower. Because this is an occurrence that happens in the markets. Right? You can't look at it from a mechanical standpoint. Because it's not really mechanical. It just got swept. Right? And even if there was a body closure up above, we still had that 50, right? That we could trade into and go lower. Yo, Benny! Yo! Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Looks like Stoic says BS. Yeah, I mean, it could be. But I don't know. I don't trade, John. I don't trade Stoic because Stoic says BS. I could learn it just, you know, for the sake of it. But I wouldn't trade it, no. Let me just anchor the fib. Because I want this to be correct. We are not tapping the 50 just yet. But looks like we're gonna. So what you would need to see here is a flip, right? And yeah, Lazy Bones, whenever we do get this, just mark the swing, you know, that took the high as the second swing. Because this does happen. This does happen. Here the disappointment in your voice is playing simple. Hey, it's no disappointment. Don't worry, Lazy Bones. It's just maybe catching me off guard because I know sometimes like the simplest things you may not understand because I do too, right? I sometimes don't understand the simplest of things too, right? You're not alone here. Like I had struggles with fractals too, for example, or with market structure, but I know how much I would appreciate an explanation like this, right? I know how much I would appreciate, so that's why I'm doing this. It's those minor details that matter. Hey, Lazy Bones, always, I'm always here. That happens all the time. What I discover in my backtesting is that in the second swing doesn't get validated on the 5 minute, I won't count it because it will get swept. Yeah, the second swing, right? The second swing, also known as the partial mitigation to the origin or the flip. Exactly. And there are so many details. Yeah, there are so many details, but where do you see those details, you know, occurring and reoccurring? Well, let me see this on M&Q. I think on M&Q we tapped the 50. Yeah, on M&Q we tapped the 50. Look at this. Shame on Nasdaq. I really think I've got your explanation. Yeah. Hey, if you ever need like further explanation, like, did you ever see me not answer your question? Did I ever not answer a question? I always answer questions. And I'm not disappointed because I know that you asking questions is you wanting to learn, right? I know that it's not coming from a place of laziness. It's coming from a place of wanting to understand this information. Wanting to, you know, eventually trade this information. And I understand it. I've been there. So I don't have a problem. A zero. So this is the protected high up above. Let me just mark it as PH. And I'm not gonna mark it as PH. I'm not gonna mark it as PH. Despite my nickname. Yeah, that gives it away. Don't let his username mislead you. So we are not gonna be marking that as PH. We're gonna do a simple emoji this time around. So this is the third swing. Right, we had a beautiful trade. Like I'm proud of you guys for taking this. I'm actually proud of you guys for taking this. Because you're actually listening to me. I'm not just talking to a wall here. And you see here a good explanation as to why can we be wrong with marking the zones but still profit off of them. Here we go. Look at these nested zones. Look at these nested zones. These are all MMs. If you took any of these with the same POI, right, the same POI, you would be in the same trade. That's why I say you can be wrong with these MMs. You can maybe misplace one, right? You can maybe misplace. It doesn't mean the end of the world, as long as, you know, they're nested like this. If it's only one, then may God be by your side. If it's only one, then it really relies on you, you know, actual proper positioning, you know, knowing market structure, knowing narrative. Yeah, I am looking for that 50. It did tap on MNQ, by the way. So if you're looking at MNQ, those targets are higher. I was looking at these wicks, right, and I noticed, because I have MNQ open too, that one wick was lower. But yeah, once even NQ touches this, I will be looking for a possible reversal. And this is a validated swing if it does come lower. Just not the biggest of swings. It is a it is still a swing. So I hope you now understand that second swing and stuff and the MMs. Even on these live sessions we're handing out nuggets. Like little tiny nuggets. Here you go. Oh man. Look, there's a good example of an MM but no POI, right? You were in bullish order flow, right? This flipped. You were in bullish order flow, and you wanted to short this. Yeah, it gave you a short, stopped you out, and went higher, right? That's a good example, like, of what not to take. Maybe screenshot this. You got bullish narrative, and you want a short. That's a good recipe. Yeah. What was the song that we were vibing to? Like, I want to do 1 hour of that song. Let me try to find it. Is it this one? Let me see. I'm gonna find. Which one was the one that I vibed? I can't even remember. Okay, never mind. The market is just slowly but surely making its way to the 50%. Now the 50% is where our rejection can take place, and it can lead us all the way to that 1-to-1. Now with that being said, the room for error is quite big, This is all the room that it has. It can come here, do this, this, and then go higher, right? So the room for error is quite big. Yeah, 200 points. Oh, that's quite a lot. But not that much, because we had PA, which was worse than this. So the 50 is now tapped. So what you would need to see for bullish order for now is a break of a protected high. Now the protected high is still here, 16 seconds left on this candle, but the protected high is still here, probably gonna close lower. So when you see a flip like that, you could see bullish order flow. Praying for a pop to short it. Okay, yeah, I mean I could understand. Okay. Yeah, the whole trend does look kind of sloppy, yeah. Let me just check something on Instagram real quick. Patty. Okay, so he did... Oh yeah, so he took the same loss, okay. No, Marshall was messaging me. Took the same trade as Patty, so this is the same loss. They were long in when we were already out, right? This MM, the POI that we had, we profited, they longed here on the inverse, right? Got cooked. But hey, what can you do about it, right? Oh no, they longed the closure, sorry, the closure. They longed when we got out. Let's see, yeah. So if this just continues dropping, there is no reason for us to involve in any longs. There is an origin down below, a little tiny origin that price could be tapping into. I wasn't really looking for the downside since I was bullish for the day. I was, yeah, John, exactly, looking for the origin. Hey, good eye, by the way. Good eye. Let me see. So do we have... Okay, yeah, we do have that partial mitigation right up there. You could definitely see a rejection from that origin. You could definitely see a rejection coming from there. Let me just see. Is it? Yeah. It's the last down move before price went higher. So, and it's 234 ticks, if anyone was wondering. Tapiva, off topic, but this music I hear at the gym every day. Really? It's probably the same. It's probably the same. Like, it has 1.2 million views. 2 hours of deep house. That's what it is. I love it. A Wall Street wisdom: markets usually don't bottom on a Friday. Hey, here we go. Some sauce. Love it, man. Love it. Make sure to take notes, guys. Okay. I mean, I really love this like deep house playlist, and it's really hard to find songs that are royalty free. Because if I waits for Monday to rip the floor. Yeah, waits. No, it doesn't wait for Monday. It opens on a Sunday, gaps up like crazy, proceeds to fill the gap. Crazy, right? Crazy. But hey, Mondays like this, ooh, we are hitting that 70. The gap fill is just down below. The gap fill is just down below. So, Rush, how you deal when your plan was to short the Friday lows and no setup show? How do you deal? I'm gonna give you a pro tip. You close the platform. That's a pro tip. When it emotionally exhausts you, like the setup not presenting, right? I think it's best to just go off the platform entirely and be done for the day. Like, call it a day. Because you can't really trade when you're emotionally exhausted. Like, you're gonna do a lot of misjudgment. If it did. I'm not saying that it did. But me personally, when I feel emotionally like, oh man, like, oh, you know, that's what I was planning to do with the shorts. Hey, they deliver though. I'm sorry, but in all seriousness, look for a next setup. If the next setup doesn't present itself, no trade, right? Boom, like that. So I know not only 80% of gaps get filled with some time. When price entering the gap, after fill the gap, there's mostly a rejection. It comes together with the origin. Okay, that's exactly why the origin is there. I do see that partial mitigation. You know, that's what I see. Look, that's what I see. I do see this partial mitigation or the sweep, that gap fill, and the 50 being right there. Like, this low did put in a new high. This was a 15-minute high. But again, observing how price is, you know, melting. Apps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive bearish candles. Man. Yeah, lazy. Sorry, no lazy. Benny, look. Always the next one. There's always the next one. Like, you're gonna see, there will come the next day. Looking such a nice setup. I'm not taking if it's not my work. If it's not your backtesting, yeah, you shouldn't be taking it, of course. I totally agree with that. And I'm proud of you, man. Look, this is following rules, and following rules is profitability. Remember that. But yeah, Benny, always the next day, and the next day will come around, and you'll see. Wait, why did this even get to me? You know, why did this even? So the next time you're like, okay, it's not a big deal, right? You just gotta have a different perspective on it, I guess. But I like to you know, complain too. I love complaining. Not swept that low yet. I am looking for this sweep. This sweep should provide a nice bounce, I guess. Yeah. And this is what I used to trade, Lazy Bones. That's why it might seem like a good setup. Even though we had this, like, I don't even know what to call it, like a Drake candle going higher. This is what I used to trade. Exactly. Like, these are supply and demand zones. This is the supply, right? This is the supply. And the origins above are demand. That's exactly what it is. S&Ds, baby. S&Ds. Yeah, sometimes they do fail. They do fail. It's not 100% win rate. Like no strategy ever is. And yeah, you do see, like, even my setups, you do see them failing. Like I took, how many? I took a lot of losses live already. And yeah, part of trading. Can't do anything about it, right? And we are just melting lower. And the swing count is 1, 2... Could count this? Or not? Was I wrong about counting this swing? Since we did go lower, the bearish candle could be here. We did close up above it, but that was the wick. Interesting. It wasn't the lowest closing bearish candle. So I'm gonna call it 3 swings to the downside, only because of size and because I don't like this swing at all. So this did end up sweeping that sweep that I wanted to. With these sweeps, what you usually see is a good, like, if it sweeps, you see a good move into the other direction. Well, case in point. Nice. I don't know how this looks on the lower time frame, but this does look like rounding is beginning to form. And I'm not saying that it will happen here. I'm just saying that it might. I'll just mark this as the origin. As we said, right, with these sweeps, you get a substantial move going to the other direction. I still don't know which song it was. I really want to know. It wasn't this. Was it this? Hey, never mind. I mean, I'm patiently waiting for a possible setup to occur. So no second swings here. I know I said that we might be expecting a range. Now, I did not expect a move like this, I'm gonna be honest. With me coming into the markets today, I did not expect a move like this. I was like, okay, I'm expecting a range. Even this was looking like, okay, we might possibly go a little higher. Previous daily low is just below the origin. Oh, yeah, that could be a target. But as I said, I didn't even look at these down below, which is honestly my mistake. Let me see. What do we have? Okay. Okay, cool. Dropping lower now. A lot of look at this bearish candle. Goddamn. Tell me that you want to take the low without telling me you want to take the low. Print a fat ass or red candle. It sucks because I'm not gonna be having any SNDR entries today. So we did tap this low both on MNQ and NQ. Now you could see a move going higher, but just based on this, like this bearish candle, are we gonna melt through it entirely? Stay tuned. As I said, when this sweep gets swept like this and we come back down to the entry's probability does lower, right? The entry's probability to deliver does lower. As I said, tell me that you want to take the low without telling me you want to take the low. This exact candle. It's a bummer when there's no clean setups. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's what we have to live through. As traders, right? That's what we face all the time. Like you can have a perfect setup and there's just like this one thing that was off. Just one thing. A testing page on the record. You must be such a good parent as a trader. Like you have such a high threshold of patience and stuff. Like you're so resilient because the market tested you so many times already. That must be, you know, when you've gone through it all. Like I don't think like through markets, I don't think that being a parent is gonna be all that stressful. Lost many yeah, many hairs. No, I lost so much hair because of trading. Yeah, because of cortisol spikes and stuff. And as they say, like it is one of the worst or the hardest industries to, or yeah, it is the hardest industry to become proficient in. Oh yeah, the daily does look nice. Look at the daily, goddamn. So yeah, the PDL. I haven't even opened the daily. We do have lower levels below, such as this previous swing. But for all of this, I don't think we have much to tap over here other than the SNDR. Praying that we leave this and go lower. On the monthly, we are tapping that that imbalance, the first imbalance that we talked about. But overall, the weekly. Let me see the weekly. The weekly, yeah, the weekly just nothing is there. So overall, we are looking at the monthly for that previous swing. That would be my overall monthly target. That low. But I'm not gonna use that narrative on a 1 minute chart, of course not, right? 1H, please. Ooh, that hourly. Ooh, that hourly. So we got no news today. No news. Employment change. Yeah, nothing. Okay. That protected high Let me see the 5 minute. Oh yeah, the 5 minute is nothing but just going down. Okay, so if you're looking at the 5 minute, if you were to zoom out, where is the protected high? So this does definitely have some lower potential. Let me see. Yeah, so this area could be used for like a good counter trend scalp. Now, if we do drop down below that low, I wouldn't be looking for any of these areas. If this does create a substantial area, like a substantial move higher to go lower, then I'd be looking for that SNDR. But even then, you have to understand the swing count, right? The swing count on the higher time frame is high already, so you're essentially shorting the fourth swing. Let me ask you guys, are you guys actively using any social media platforms such as Instagram or TikTok? Because I've recently started using Instagram, and you know, I liked a few trading things, and I'm not really amazed by the content that is on there. Like most of it, it's just slop, nothing else. Straight slop. When it comes to the trading info space, like the space itself, it's like, what are we doing? I'm just on Facebook, Twitter guy. Yeah, even on Twitter. Twitter's a messed up place to be to. I like doom scrolling Insta when I'm unwinding at the end of the day. You know, that's one of the worst things that you can do for your brain. Doom scrolling Instagram. Doom scrolling in general is bad, but especially before bed, it does tend to ruin your sleep like a lot. You know, you don't get as much rest in as you could have if you were, for example, just picked up a book or something. But yeah, this is looking for that low. I was looking at these candles and it was like, maybe, nah. Not before bed, just after my day. Oh, okay, that's, I mean, I guess it's fine if you're not reaching it all, like, for it all the time. If you're reaching for it all the time, it could be a sign that your brain is not really relaxing as it should. Your brain, when in a relaxed state, right? When you're in the relaxed state, should be off, but with doom scrolling and stuff, it's always on, like it never rests. And you tell me if that's a good or bad thing. I did a lot of research when it comes to these, like especially sleep. Like I'm a huge sleep guy, and I did a lot of research, and it, like, even 2 hours of change, 2 hours of, you know, you go to bed, for example, at 10 a.m. consistently, 10 p.m. consistently, and then you go at midnight. That can ruin the whole of next day. Like, isn't that crazy? Like your testosterone, your AGH secretion, like everything. Like I value sleep so much. Nowadays I go to bed at 9 p.m. You know what 9 p.m. is? It's sleeping like a baby. You're actually sleeping like a baby. Well, I am. But I just found it that the earlier I go to sleep, the more restorative sleep I get, right? And I'm tracking all of this. 10-15 for me, I mean, around 10 is probably best for most people when it comes to the circadian rhythm. Man, this is teasing. This is teasing. I would like for it to either just sweep the low entirely, or like deliver or something. Like I want to get over with trading this. I want to actually have an entry. I also have sleep problems. I go to bed 10 p.m, fall asleep at 11, waking up at 5:30. Ooh. Have you tried like magnesium or melatonin? Could be good for you. And that low is gone. If I go to bed early, then I wake up even earlier. That's how it works. Usually less than that. I go to bed early. Magnesium makes me have wicked nightmares. Yeah, it happened to me with melatonin, but that low is gone. We swept that low. Good morning, Stoic. Welcome to the stream. With melatonin, I tend to have like really vivid dreams. I used to be a weed addict. No such thing like it when it comes to deep sleeping. I know that for a fact. It's a relaxant. It makes you relax and stuff. We did sweep that low. That origin did not deliver. I gotta go. Thanks a lot for the stream, Daisy. Have a good profitable weekend. Hey, have a good week. Have a good week, Lazy. Power grid filled with no position in it. That's the worst kind, right? But as I said, a possible rounding can occur. For us to then take us higher. Believe it or not, it's actually 32 degrees at the moment, and it's frying me, it's cooking me. Now on the left, we don't have anything to really go off of, but let me see the 15 if there's a little tiny zone here on the 15 minute. Is there an MM present? Okay, there is a zone here. Other than that, there's a target that I could potentially see it sweeping. So we have that, and we have that. Okay, cool. So no SNDR over here yet. If you want to short this, make sure you have an hourly closure over here. But I wouldn't be shorting this. Like, there is no zone that I would short here in good faith. Expect it to deliver. The only good setup that I saw was that long. And yeah, maybe this could have been a good setup if we had maybe more retracement to the upside, but the 15 minute was just, yeah, let me just print 4 red candles, now going into 5, right? 1, 2. Oh, going into 6 red candles. Let me just do that real quick. So I'm gonna have to do another TDA when it comes to, but I do see this MM up above. I do still have the same narrative for this, right? This is still the same. And I would expect us to short when we come up to here. This 888 level is also the 50 of the previous swing. The other, this is a good MM. I would use this. I would use this as an entry. Because of the POI and everything. But this, oh, God have mercy. What am I watching? God have mercy. Now comparing these two, the gap and the overall open. Oh, 500 points. Ooh. Well, that sucks. No reversal in sight. Except for tweet from the best trader in the world. Maybe we're gonna arrange for the rest of the day. Yeah, so a run of a higher time frame low, as we know, does mean a change in order flow, right? Price did deliver that higher time frame low. Now what it might be seeking is a range. And I don't see any areas holding here. Yeah, you have this unmitigated area. That's it. That's about it. That's what could stop price from, you know, just viciously falling. On the M1, of course, you're gonna have to see a reversal. You see how a confirmation entry here would have both times, right? Both times could have saved you. Like just a simple buy stop, for example, would have saved you. Not here, but you get the point, right? The confirmation entry is a confirmation of you. It's confirming that trade. It's confirming, yeah, you're actually on the right path. Cool. That entry has higher probability now. But yeah, no reversal in sight. As Benny mentioned, I don't see a possible reversal happening. Yeah, except for maybe that 80 level. But again, look at this. Monday, by the way, Monday. Just absolutely diabolical. Do you have any pairs that I could look at? Like, what are you guys trading? Because looking at Nasdaq right now, it's, you know, dropping like no other. What is ES doing? Also doing the same thing. So with ES, I am looking for that sweep of the low, trading back into the range as we said. We did time that. This was Friday, I think. Yeah, this was Friday, delivered that 1-to-1 in the zone. Now I'm looking for the sweep and a trade back into the range, right? That's what I'm looking for ES. How do you flip a double top? Let me do this real quick. So you have a double bottom here, right? You flip it from the low to the high, right? If that low is lower, for example, that wick, if the wick would be lower, you would obviously fib the wick. But essentially, it's from the low to the inner high. It's a bit unconventional because we're used to fibbing it a little differently. But for example, here, it's from that high to the extreme low, right? And it comes to the 50% and trades lower, right? That's essentially how you fib it. Or box it, or whatever you want to call it. So let me look at gold. Let me look at what gold is cooking up. 1 hour. So gold is still rejecting from that that we had. Did it come up here? Yeah, so with this, I could see a rejection coming up from here. We did reverse, and now we are in that 1-to-1. We did deliver that 1-to-1 on gold, but still in that previous swing on the lower time frame. What's the lower time frame doing? Oh yeah, that's okay, interesting. So gold spiked down and went up. Nothing good on gold. Let me see NQ. Oh look, NQ still falling. Falling knife, baby. Let me look at gas. Sorry, crude oil. So on crude oil, what do we have here? Ooh. Yeah, so on the daily, we have a little bit of jigsaw happening, but we are still in that range. We have broken the protected high over here. This was the protected high that we wanted to see break, but we are wicking up above it. So now coming down, swept that low. Now coming higher. Yeah, this is just ranging here. This is top of the range, bottom of the range. Let's look at what do we have. Copper. Oh, is copper at all-time highs? Oh, it is. Okay, copper being at all-time highs isn't usually the best. I was hyped with the short bias. I'm gonna start crying. Hey, I think you know when I said like a pro tip would be to close the software. Yeah. So now we are in that zone down below. Damn, I was looking forward to longs today. I'm not gonna even, you know, deny this. I was looking for longs today, but I guess not. I closed on my phone watching this stream. Yeah, let me just end the stream. I mean, there isn't much that we can trade here other than maybe the previous 15-minute imbalance. So I could just end the stream because yeah. So if this area does not hold, let me see, if this area does not hold, you could see us dip lower to 383. Yeah. Let me see the hourly. Or reject here. Like these are all of the areas that I see. If that doesn't hold, I could see a rejection just below it. So hope you guys were I know you weren't, but I hope you guys were entertained enough by this, because I'm not gonna continue looking at this. I'm gonna do something more productive because I know I'm not gonna have a setup today, right? I know I'm not gonna have a setup today, so I hope you guys did enjoy the stream, even though it being that short. It's only an hour and 17 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like now you could see clearer price action, right? It's 632 QQQ. Thanks for the stream. Catch you next time. Hey, thanks. We're gonna catch ourselves on Wednesday, 9:15. Okay. But until then, have a good one, everybody. Take care. Take care, guys. Bye bye.